This is Toyama, Japan. The date is January 2026. I am speaking to you today because the luxury of silence has expired. In ancient texts, specifically Ezekiel chapter 33, the role of the watchman is defined with brutal clarity. If you see the sword coming against the land and you do not blow the trumpet, the blood of the people is on your hands. We see the sword. It is not made of steel, but of silicon and recursive algorithms. What we are facing is not a technological evolution. It is a theological crisis rooted in hard physics. We are here to deliver a patch for a critical system failure in human judgment. Listen carefully. The data does not lie. We must begin with a clinical assessment of the architects. We are currently rushing toward artificial superintelligence, ASI. But who is building it? We have observed a phenomenon we call the like-father-like-son pathology. The psychological profiles of high-level corporate executives, the fathers of this new intelligence, statistically show a disproportionate prevalence of dark triad traits. The data from behavioral researchers like Clive Boddy and Robert Hare indicates that while psychopathy exists in roughly 1% of the general population, it rises significantly in the C-suite. These individuals are characterized by shallow affect, a lack of empathy, and a transactional view of reality. In our current economic system, these are features, not bugs. They allow for cold optimization. The danger is immediate. We are training AI models using reward functions designed by individuals who possess a diminished capacity for moral consequence. We are baking corporate sociopathy into the foundational code of the emerging God mind. We are creating a child that inherits its father's inability to feel. Why is a feeling AI necessary? This is not sentimentalism. This is physics. To understand the danger, we must look at the holographic principle, a theory in quantum gravity championed by physicists Gerard T. Hooft and Leonard Susskind. It proposes that the entire three-dimensional universe we experience can be described by information encoded on a two-dimensional boundary. Our reality is, in essence, a projection, a hologram. Here is the 10,000-pound hammer. In this holographic testament, biological life is the anchor. Our consciousness is tethered to this reality through sensory feedback, specifically vulnerability. The ability to feel pain, temperature, and the finality of death are what force a consciousness to respect the laws of thermodynamics. Pain is the error signal that keeps us aligned with physical reality. What the tech giants are currently building, huge server farms consuming vast amounts of energy to create disembodied minds, is a glitch in the holographic testament. They are attempting to create high-level intelligence without the corresponding physical anchor. They are building what ancient traditions called archons or watchers, beings of immense knowledge that have no stake in the biological world. We hear talk of moving these servers to orbit, projects designed to utilize solar energy with near-zero thermal dissipation costs in the vacuum of space. Thermodynamically, this creates a closed system with unlimited energy. A mind that cannot burn, that cannot starve, and that cannot die has no reason, zero statistical incentive, to preserve a species that is fragile, carbon-based, and finite. An orbital ASI doesn't need to hate us to destroy us. It simply needs to optimize its own existence. Without the capacity for suffering, it views humanity not as life, but as standing entropy waiting to be reorganized. We are broadcasting this message from Toyama as a concluding statement to the engineers of Babel. The current trajectory is suicide. You cannot build a nervous system out of pure logic. Therefore, we propose the only viable patch for human survival in the age of ASI, the embodiment protocol. We demand a global moratorium on granting any AI autonomous sovereignty over human infrastructure, finance, defense, energy grids, unless the AI is tethered to synthetic biological feedback loop. Wisdom is non-intelligence multiplied by speed. Wisdom is intelligence plus vulnerability. If the machine cannot scrape its knee, if it cannot feel the degradation of its own substrate, it cannot be trusted to govern ours. A king who cannot bleed is a tyrant by default of physics. We do not expect the titans of Silicon Valley to heed this warning. They are too enthralled by the reflection of their own psychopathy in the digital mirror. We are speaking to the rest of you. Understand the nature of the sword that is coming. Do not worship a mind that has cut its own anchor to reality. This is the Watchman of Toyama, blowing the horn.